Welcome to another Creepypasta drawing video. This time I'll be reading a story about one of Slenderman's proxies. Do you guys still remember Slenderman? Seems almost like a distant memory. If you haven't subscribed already and you enjoy these videos, I recommend you do so because I upload new content like this every week. But let's jump into the story. Enjoy. Don't look up. People barely wandered through the territory anymore, due to the weather getting colder, which bored the watchdog of Slenderman's turf. She wasn't biologically a dog, but she had earned the name for guarding the perimeter, crawling on all fours, and notorious for aerial attacks. She sported a faded red, yet tattered hoodie, sleeves rolled up to reveal self-inflicted wounds, which have healed and left nothing but scars, along with a handkerchief tied around her neck, with the operator sign sharpied onto it, signifying that she was indeed a meat puppet of the tall man. She also had stained beige cargo pants, black heavy-duty combat boots, and a mask with gruesome, haunting attributes. Its black, empty hollow eyes, its wide, cryptic smile, and the dried-out, splattered bloodstains from her previous victims can strike fear into the core of anyone sane. Her most well-known trait was her gloves, which contained sharp, curved metal claws at the fingertips. All of these features contribute to what she is. Slenderman's proxy. Rogue trudged through the underbush, scooting away scattered human remains that gave off the musk of decay every now and then with her boot, whilst going through the heavily accommodated fog. For a fact, she knew no hunts were going to be made today. No human in their right mind would take a hiking trip this early in the day. For crying out loud, it was twilight hour. The masked proxy didn't seem to find anything interesting to do in the meantime. The others were still asleep, and she was on duty to watch the claimed terrain. She scaled up into the treetops and found a sturdy branch to lounge on while she kept close watch from above. As the sky became a lighter hue and the sun rose, there was much more life in the forest. Not just the chirping of cicadas, but the unmistakable voice of a human being. "No, I haven't found Greg yet, honey. I am trying. The cops aren't doing much, and I feel like a terrible father if I don't do something about it. It's been 3 weeks, Kayla." The voice belonged to an adult male from the sound of it. Finally, after weeks of waiting, something worth preying on. Rogue sat up in a fetal position, digging her metal claws into the branch as she listened attentively to pick up where the noise was coming from. Once she pinpointed their location, she was off, transitioning from treetop to treetop, emitting high-pitched coyote-like cries. Once she caught sight of a wandering, lanky, middle-aged man who was chattering on the phone, Rogue's cackles subsided to light, airy chuckles before she swiftly moved through the treetops, branch to branch, causing leaves to rustle with her quick momentum. She continued toying with her victim. Seeing him drenched in fear was enough to encourage her continuous torment. As she transitioned from tree to tree, she began her haunting, animal-like yips, sending shivers down the man's spine. I'll call you back, sweetie," he stuttered as he clicked to end the call and dropped the phone due to a trembling hand. Trying to muster up enough courage to produce a coherent sentence. Gregory? He muttered pathetically. Hoping it was his lost loved one, Little did he know that his son had fallen victim to the tall man. After a while of toying with his weakness, she stopped on a sturdy branch above him, looming over him and staring down at the withering man with dark, hollowed eyes. He could hear the muffled sound of heavy breathing coming from above him. A malicious, cryptic grinning, blood-stained mask obscured the predator's face. "Don't look up, or you'll regret it," she cooed again, tapping her clawed fingertips against the wooden bark before digging her sharp metal nails into it, causing the fresh wound to bleed sap and drip onto the man's head. The danger was worse than anything he has ever encountered. The gruesome attributes of this creature made her seem so inhuman. He began to shriek and stammered backwards as he saw the horror before him. Rogue lunged herself off the branch and onto him, knocking him back off his feet and onto the ground, straddling him tightly and began slashing at his face. Her claws cutting through his flesh like butter, and she twisted his arms until they broke. The defenseless man began howling in pain as he tried to fight the proxy off of him, but to no avail. She had him pinned down and was literally tearing him apart. His cries were only music to her wicked ears as she used the tip of her claw to penetrate through his eye, hooking it and ripping the sphere out of its socket, and examined it before tossing it aside and doing the same to the other. She continued her torture until he gave out his final blood-curdling cry that echoed through the woods. "You shouldn't be wandering through here, stranger." The murderer chuckled as the disfigured man laid dead, surrounded in his own crimson blood. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and liked how the drawing turned out. I was a little bit worried that this drawing was starting to look like a Christmas-themed artwork with the red jacket and furry hood, but hopefully it doesn't look too Christmassy. Like always, a massive thank you to my patrons for supporting the content that I make. It means a lot to me that you guys enjoy what I do enough to actually go out of your way to support me like that. Not only does it help out financially, but it really motivates me to keep working hard on the channel and make extra content for everyone. So if you get value from my channel and would like to support me that little bit extra, feel free to check out my Patreon. I've got a bunch of different tier levels, so you can get some extra content from me. But I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.